Welcome everybody to Mike's Minute, or as I now start to call it, John Loses Again Minute. Another, another, another bad week.
Still hope. Still hope.
I can't win for anything here. This is crazy. And but I got a surprise for you guys this morning.
Ooh.
We do have a winner, and the winner is here. Mike, tell us about it.
Yeah, actually, in week 12, the top four winners, Karen Martin at 76, Stephen Aerosmith at 84, Jeff Parker at 85, and Mark Menzies at 86. So, and in 10th spot, a guy named John Karam. So,
Oh,
I'm
so
paying
that
crystal ball enough money now.
yeah, so that was
just
quite
to let
good.
you know.
Now, in terms of the overall, I got some guy named Mike Russell at 1586, Mike Curry 1607, Jeff Goldman, my betting partner at 1607, Richard Pomelo, another one of my betting partners at 1608. So I'm not sure why they're doing well, and if I could change it, they would lose. But anyways, yeah, so that's quite good. Now, everybody just want to make sure that there are 3 games on Thursday. The first one is at 1 p.m., which means you need to have all your picks in for the Thursday before the 1 o'clock game. And the Friday game is at 3 p.m., so you need to have your pick in by 3 p.m. And then for the Sunday and Monday, I should say 1 p.m. is the first game, and that's when you need to have your picks in.
wow. A lot of games this weekend, a lot of games, and
so
I looked them over, and Karen's going to comment them on them. We all are going to make our picks, but Karen's our. You guys better start listening to Karen.
It's a fluke. It's my crystal ball. I'm paying it.
I don't know, Karen. I don't know why. Like, I'm watching the games and I'm going, okay, I've got this. Oh no, kicks it going to overtime. Oh no, I lost again. Okay, so I'm going crazy.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's just one bad week.
Yeah.
There was a number of games. Yeah.
And I have to say, I'm getting a little bit of advice from Jimbo.
Yeah, he doesn't know anything.
I mean, he doesn't know much about it, right?
Well, as I said to John, this is your second time on the show, and both times you've been the winner from the week before. So I told him no more for her on this show.
Okay, that's good. Okay with that.
Let's take a look. Let's take a look into some of these games here. Where are we?
How about the Thursday and the Friday games?
Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
All right, we've got all good games on Thursday.
Yeah.
Like all of them are good because there's some real wild cards in here.
Yeah.
First one, a great game.
Yeah.
Detroit is not playing like they normally play, and they're not as dominant as they normally are. Green Bay this is when the season starts for them. They're either going to show us what they got or sit down on the sidelines. Who you got in that one, Karen?
Well, I have to say I'm going with the Lions on this one by 2 points or maybe 3. It's going to be a battle because it's the same Division 2 teams, and you've got the Chicago Bears above them, right? And I think it's Jordan Love against Jared Goff. You know, it's going to be the same battle between Gibbs, who is a great running back, by the way, from Alabama, is going to be too much for the Packers, although they have Micah Parsons, who's a stacked, strong defensive end. So, I mean, I love St. Brown. He's playing very, very well. But if you look at the Colts, they have 326 points and they're playing at home. And I think they need to pass the Packers because both of them have to get by the Bears.
Yeah.
So I think the Lions are going to bring it. And as I said, it's going to be close. It's going to be a close game. Now, this is the secret. Nobody gets injured.
Yeah.
So you don't want your quarterbacks getting injured. So message to the league, get those offensive linemen strong and get some depth.
Yeah. Mike, who
That's
you
all
got
I have to say.
in that game?
Yeah, I'm going sort of along the same approach that Karen is because Green Bay, Love hasn't thrown for more than 176 yards since November 2nd. He's got a bit of a hand injury. And, Green Bay has struggled, so I think Lions probably by 4 on that one.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
Yeah.
they barely escaped last week. They had to kick a last second field goal to tie the game, and they won it in overtime. So
Yeah.
Detroit is not as dominant as they were last year. But I'll say this: this is the time from
Yeah.
Thanksgiving on where they'd make their Super Bowl run. This
Yeah.
is where teams come to play, and their running game is getting in gear. I agree with you. I think Detroit's going to win. I think it's going to be close.
Yeah.
Next game, Kansas City and Dallas.
Oh,
Kansas City again barely escaped, but boy, those they're going overtime and win the game, and a game they probably shouldn't have won, but they just refused to die.
yeah.
What you got, Karen?
Well, I'm going to have to say this. It's a must win for the Chiefs, and they're not at home, but I'm going to pick them by 3. Now, both of these teams were under, and they had to come back in their last games. The Cowboys came back by 21 points. They were down to the Eagles to beat the Eagles, which is quite good. But again, they don't have much of a defense. They have 314 points against, which is not very good. I think if the Chiefs can continue winning, I think they have to continue winning, in order to make it to the playoffs. I mean, they have 6 wins and 5 losses right now, and the Cowboys, or the boys, as Jim calls them, have 5 wins and 5 losses. So I've picked the Chiefs by 3 points just because they were able to beat the Colts and they had to come from behind. And it is a must win for the Chiefs.
Yeah, they're favored by 3 right now. Mike,
Yeah.
you got
yeah, in that, I think I'm going to be going with the Cowboys for a number of reasons. I think both the Chiefs and the Cowboys defensive have improved considerably over the last few weeks. Jerry Jones made some nice purchases or trades, whatever, to get a couple of good defense people in there. I think Eagles struggled themselves, but the Cowboys defense really came to play last week. I think with the Chiefs again, their defense is coming along, but the Cowboys have been very strong at home, so I'm going to go with them by 4.
okay.
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
bold-
Yeah. It's could be. Yeah, absolutely.
I got to pick them here. I have no clue, but I can't until somebody beats Kansas City. I got to go with Kansas City.
Yeah. Well,
Until they're dead and buried and stomped out, I got to go with Kansas City. You can't count that team down
wow.
at any time with Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
Hey, the next game's interesting.
Okay. Yes.
Cincinnati and Baltimore, and I'll tell you why. I think Joe Burrow is going to start in this game. I'm not
Yeah.
sure, but check to see if Burrow's starting. Even if he isn't, Flacco's played great.
Yeah.
But and on the other side, Lamar Jackson, he's not running anymore.
No.
So it's really limited with them. They've won 4 or 5 in a row. And they're favored heavily. I'm not so sure I'd favor them heavily, especially if Burrow starts.
Yeah.
What you got, Karen?
Well, I'm looking at this game too, and the Ravens are on top of their division, and this is the same division game. Then you have the Steelers, and their stats are almost identical to the Ravens. I think the Ravens need to win against the Bengals, and I think they can win because the Bengals haven't been playing well. I don't know if Burrows is coming back or not, and I don't know what's going on with the Steelers. They've got the Bills in this series. But I think the Ravens are going to win by 7 because they need to send a message to the Pittsburgh Steelers and say that we're going to run this division, And I just, I like their team, and I know they didn't really show up that early against the Jets, but I think they can still pull it off. So, it's going to be a bit of a blowout in my opinion compared to the other 2 games, but I'm going with the Ravens by 7.
Okay, that's the line right now.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Mike, what do you got?
Well, the Ravens against the Bengals is an interesting one, as you say. Now, what I saw on the NFL website was that Burrows was going to be playing this weekend.
Yeah.
But again, game time will tell us the final decision. But Lamar, is not running as much or at all, but he still is an exceptionally good quarterback. They've been on a 5-game run, and whereas the Bengals have been on a 4-game losing streak, and it's hard to change that attitude around. So I would say it's going to be the Ravens, probably by 5 or 6 on that one. So
Yeah. Cincinnati, too bad. They've been scoring points, lots of points. If their defense had held, they could have won 4 games. I mean, they were scoring 35, 38, 39 points. Like, still losing in that. Now, with Burrow back, it's going to be a lot closer, but we'll find out who's a pretender and who's going to be there. Baltimore should win this game. They've got a better defense, but
absolutely.
I'm not totally convinced of that. I wouldn't even take them Baltimore by 7. If I want to take Baltimore, I'd probably take them by a lot less than that. Maybe
less than that.
maybe 1 or 2.
Yeah.
Because you don't know who's gonna, how they're gonna play, especially with Jackson not running. If he doesn't run, it changes that whole offense. It really does. Okay, we got another great matchup on Friday. Look at this one: Chicago, Philadelphia. Now, Philadelphia is favored by 7. I can't believe that. Chicago's won 4 or 5 in a row, and they're tough. Karen, who you got?
Well, I don't know. I mean, Chicago's leading their division, the NFC division, and I don't really know too much about that team because, I'm new to the NFL. We usually watch college football. I think I'm going to take the Bears because they want to stay on top. And I mean, I would take the Bears on this one because by maybe 4, 5. As I said, I don't really know too much about this game, but maybe not. What do you think?
What do you think, Mike?
Well, that is an interesting game. They're both sitting at 8-3. Now the Bears are in net points are -3, but they've been playing good. They've got 4 wins in a row. Eagles had a loss, and in that game against Cowboys, Saquon Barkley didn't play well. Hurt is playing well, but then they just seem to stall out there. So I think there's a bit of issues with that passing game on the Eagles. So I'm going to go with the Bears by 3. So
yeah,
that's a bold prediction because Philadelphia's defense, especially since they got Jalen Phillips from Miami, has been just dynamite. I got to go with Philadelphia here, but I don't think I take them by 7. I think I take them by a lot less than that. They're playing at home. Defense is playing terrific. They're putting a lot of pressure on the quarterback right now, and I think they make their run again to the Super Bowl. And so I'm going to take them by 3. Listen, we got some other good games. Just a couple here that we should comment on. The Houston-Indianapolis game.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
When Houston played the Bills, how many times did Josh Allen get sacked? 8 times.
Yeah.
They were dressed in red and they were the sea of red. I've never seen a team like this. They were celebrating every time they took out Josh Allen. And you got to give it to Josh Allen because he threw a beautiful, beautiful touchdown. He had, 27 yards with on 4th down, and he threw the beautiful pass, connected, beautiful. We thought Buffalo will be happy, bingo, bingo. But, this is just the way it goes. I mean, he's a great quarterback, but the offensive line, you've got to protect your quarterback. Like, how many times would Tom Brady get sacked? 8 times and still continue playing? So I don't know, maybe the league has to get more depth on their offensive linemen or pay them more because it's like any sport. I mean, if you've got a sick goalie or a sick pitcher, you're not going to go very far in the playoffs.
So what do you think, Indy or Houston on this one? Indy's favored by 5.
I think so. I mean, I think they should be able to pull it off, to be honest, by maybe 4 or 5 for sure.
Yeah. What do you got, Mike?
Yeah. Well, it's an interesting game. Texans are 3 wins, doing well. At 6-5. Colts are 8-3 with 1 loss. The only thing I saw in the Colts game against the Chiefs is that defense on the Chiefs really slowed them down and kept them from running a high score. So I actually I think it's going to be a close game. I think the Colts will win, but maybe by 2 or 3.
Okay.
Yeah, and the other thing is that the Colts have the best points for too in the league.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
they should do okay.
They were
Yeah.
stopped 4 straight times, 3-and-out.
Yeah.
Indianapolis at the end of that game. They just seemed to die. I don't know why they went
Yeah.
dead, but I don't think that's going to happen here. I think they're going to rebound and win this game, and I think 4.5 is a good point
Yeah.
for that game. Hey, listen, one last game. We got a comment on it. In Buffalo and Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
This is a
Yeah.
crucial game for Buffalo. It's a crucial game for Pittsburgh. I'm not
Yeah.
sure when Aaron Rodgers is playing. He didn't finish the
No.
game last week. I'm not sure what his status is for this week. They got Buffalo by 4 in this, but
Yeah.
definitely the loser of this game, I think, is going to have a hard road to get to the
Yeah.
playoffs.
Well, I think Buffalo will be at home,
No,
and
they're not at home.
well, they're not at home. Okay, so
in Pittsburgh.
all right. If they're not at home, I don't know. I'm leaning towards the Steelers, to be
Okay.
honest, because they need to pass the Ravens. Yeah, I just feel for Josh Allen. I mean, he needs more protection. I don't know what was going on that offensive line. Maybe you can tell me. Were there something going on?
There is something going on there. He's
Because if you don't protect him, how is he going to pass the ball?
yeah, it's bad.
It's bad. And so, yeah, I'm going to go with the Steelers because they are more motivated to win, right?
And any other person other than Josh Allen, that Buffalo team probably be 4-7 right now. It's just that Josh Allen is so good; he's able to
He
overcome.
is so good. Yeah, unbelievably good. Yeah.
Who have you got, Mike?
Yeah, in this one, it's an interesting game because obviously they both need to win. They've struggled a bit. The Bills are actually in terms of stopping the run, they're 30th in the league. So if the Steelers come at them with some good running backs and a running game, they may win that one. Aaron Rodgers apparently is going to be able to play. How well is another thing at 41 years of age, and he's not shown himself to be that outstanding quarterback he was before. I think Josh Allen is going to realize that they need to start winning, and so he's going to come up with a way to win. But so I would put the Bills probably by 4 on that one.
Yeah.
Right.
Either way. Yeah.
One more comment. I don't know if you've been looking at this, but you can get the ticket prices for some of these games. Take a look at Jacksonville and Tennessee. Tickets as low as $10. $10. So
Okay.
James Colley,
You're getting good fans.
James and Jeff Colley, you're close to Nashville. Why don't you go to the game for $10? You can get in.
Well, they loved
$4.
Trevor Lawrence. What can I say? He did pretty good last game.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Last 2 games.
I want to thank you very much for joining us today. And I'm sorry about last week. I had a little situation that I had to get back to Canada on, but I'll be here next week and certainly with my losing picks.
Well, stick with your Dolphins. They've won 2 in a row. So
Yeah.
But
And they're on
something.
a roll.
It's fun. It whiles away the winter, and this is a great thing. And Mike, thank you once again for doing what you do.
Yes, Mike.
Thank
So much fun. I never watched NFL. We always watched college football. So I'm really enjoying watching the NFL. I mean, it's behind curling, of course, but curling is pretty
especially
exciting.
this week. Yeah.
Forget what Mike says. You're on again next month for your regular show, your regular slot. Everybody, remember to get your picks in on Thursday and for Friday. They're early games, so you got to get. There's 4 picks there. You don't want to screw up on that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So everybody, until next week. Good luck, buddy.
Bye-bye, guys.
Yeah, great to see everyone.
Yeah.